Okay, so season 1 of Family Matters is very, very, very entertaining. Okay, there are a lot of people who say, okay, so Family Matters sucked. Season 1 sucked. Okay, between seasons 1 and season 9, I prefer season 1 of Family Matters. A lot of people say that they prefer the last season of Family Matters, which was the worst of the whole series. I beg to differ. I like every season of the Family Matters. Like I said, the show started getting stale by season 6, season 7, season 8, season 9. But I'm going to say one thing. Season 1 was the bomb. It was pretty entertaining. Season 1, the theme song. Now, they had two Judy Winslows. The first Judy Winslow was light-skinned. She was in the pilot episode. They replaced her with a second Judy who was dark-skinned. Jamie Foxworth, who grew up to be a porn star. That was after Fame has ended because of her rejection from not being... She wasn't in the show that much. She was only in a few episodes. She was only the first 4 seasons, but then she was barely in the show. She was the black sheep of the family. And the way they treated her was horrible. I did not like the way they treated Judy Winslow. They treated her like trash. They treated her horrible. She had one-liners. Then you had Eddie, the slacker. Most of the season 1 episodes dealt with Eddie. We get to learn him. He's an old underachiever, but he has dreams and desires to be somebody in life. He wants to be better in life, but he can't because he's too lazy. Carl is receiving hairline. He's overweight. He's in his late 30s. He has a thick mustache, and he has 2 teenage kids and a preteen. And his mom has to move in, and he has to adjust to his mom moving back in the house. And his mom is kind of nosy and judgmental. So and also you have Rachel, Rachel, whose husband had died in war, and she's left alone with her baby, little Richie, the light skinned baby with the curly hair. Also we have basically each episode deals with the family's problems. Also, I say this show kind of reminds me of The Cosby Show, if anything. Family Matters season 1 reminds me of Good Times from the 1970s. I know that show was started in the mid-70s. It's about a poor family from Chicago, Cabrini Green, the Evans family. But if you haven't seen Good Times, it's a little older show. Came out mid-70s. Go watch it. So it's all about black family living in the Cabrini Green projects. They're poor. But Family Matters season 1 kind of reminds me of that. The show was getting stale. If had not, and they did bring in Steve Urkel. Had it not been for Steve Urkel, the show would not have made it past its first season. It would have been canceled after the first season. But once he started, the little nerdy black kid with glasses, he's the reason the show lasted 9 years, almost 10 years, and wanted to become one of the most highest rated show of the 90s. When everybody knows who Steve Urkel was. Steve, even people who wasn't even born knows who he is nowadays. It's 2021. If you use the word Steve Urkel, people think, okay, that's the black kid with the nerdy black kid with glasses. Season 1 episodes basically deals with Laura's first date. Laura wants to date a guy, but she ends up going on a date with Steve Urkel. She's upset about it. And both basically, it's Steve Urkel is annoying and chasing after Laura. That's what the show is about. The whole 9 seasons. And season 1 episode pretty much explores each character. There's a story about Harriet is a typical dark-skinned woman, sassy, typical black woman. They're not lazy. They're middle class. They're suburban kind of hardworking family. I mean, Carl's a cop. Carl and Steve have a very close relationship in season 1.